I actually see similarities in our characters in that like they're both quite unhinged.
Yes, yeah. Lily is like, what do you mean, like horror? Like
Very pure, authentic way.
Yeah.
This is clearly the best thing that we could do for
Yes.
it.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Hi. How are
Grace,
you?
I am doing so good. I'm so happy to
good.
be in LA.
Yeah.
It's my first time.
Where are you from originally?
I'm from
then?
Vancouver, Canada.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're from Canada.
Yeah, where are you from?
Nice. I'm from Australia. Yeah.
Where in Australia?
Well, I grew up in Western Australia, and now I live in Sydney.
So you flew here?
Yeah,
all
I
the way
did.
from Sydney.
Yeah. Did you fly? No, you walked. Yeah.
I took a boat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's how I got here.
Nice. I like your shirt and your socks.
Oh, thank you. I
They're
got
matching.
they're Pokemon socks. You can't see
Oh,
them,
really?
but like yeah,
Okay.
it's like a Bulbasaur sock.
I love that.
Thank you.
I love Squirtle. Yeah.
Wow.
And was it Charizard?
Charizard?
Yeah.
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 I know my Pokemon.
You know your
Yeah.
Pokemon.
So, Wedding Banquet. I just
What?
watched that like 2 days ago.
You watched the whole
I
thing?
watched it. Yeah, of course I
That's
watched the whole
crazy.
thing. Yeah.
What did you think?
I really liked it. Your
Yeah.
character was so fun.
It's such a cool movie. It's been so crazy. This movie has brought us all so much joy, and it's also brought me kind of all around the world. Like I just came back from London, never been to Europe, never been to LA.
So it's your first time?
First time.
Yeah.
First big movie.
Yes.
And first time doing anything like this. So
Okay.
It's been insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that is such a joy.
Yeah.
I mean, the film has so much joy. You can really tell that the ensemble like are having fun together.
We love each other so much, and even like, on set and off set, on our days off, we would hang out with each other.
Yeah.
And we'd go on hikes, pretty dangerous ones. This
I'm
one
glad you
time-
all survived then.
Yeah, I barely. My leg fully gave out on one of our hikes, and then Kelly Marie Tran and Hanki Chan had to carry me up the mountain.
Like, what a joy.
it was
right?
amazing.
That's,
I'll
like,
never forget it.
amazing.
I'll
Yeah.
never forget it.
I didn't know that it was a remake
Yeah.
of an original.
Yeah. So
Yeah, tell me about it.
it's a reimagination.
Okay.
So we have a different story this time around, different characters, and it's,
Yeah.
a different time.
Was the original also queer-centered or no?
It was.
It was.
Yeah,
That's great.
And it explored so many themes of identity
Yeah.
and being Asian, and a lot of the trauma that comes with, being queer and having to hide things. And I think our version is more of like a modern, updated version where
Yeah.
now gay people can get married.
Yes.
People are a lot more accepting than they were in the past.
I think
and
it's just such a timely film for right now, the conversations that we're having right now.
Yeah.
The rights of the LGBTQIA plus, community and
It's amazing to see because there's just such a difference in how things can be perceived nowadays. I think, but the biggest takeaway I think in both is that like you'd be surprised how people want to love and support you, regardless of the time, back then or now.
you mean in the film or in your life?
Both.
Yeah.
It really shows in both films and also in my life too. And I
Yeah.
think that it's such a beautiful thing that people that love you will show up for you, even if it takes them some time.
Yeah.
I love that in our new version. We're kind of in this period where a lot of it is just joy and just, kind of knowing that it's kind of like old news. It's just like, oh, you're gay? Okay. Like,
Yeah.
we knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Our
sure.
new version really just kind of moves forward with.
Did you have a favorite scene?
One of my favorite scenes is a scene that I shot with Bo and Yang.
Yeah.
And it's a very emotional scene that we had in the film, pretty much towards the end of the movie, where
Is this one in the house?
it's the
Yeah,
one in the house.
yeah.
It's the one in the house,
Yeah.
and he's going through this like existential crisis and
Yeah.
realizing all these things that he's kind of
Yeah.
been
And you're like, get it
pushing down.
together.
Yeah, and I'm just like, my character, the entire movie has just been like so supportive of even
Yeah.
all the bad ideas or the best ideas, and it's just been this kind of like fun, chaotic, like loose kind of character. Very, very spontaneous, very impulsive.
Do you think that you're similar to
I think so. I think I put
Okay.
so many parts of myself into Kendall, and
Yeah.
and I really just push this whole, this is Kendall's first life and only life.
So do you like playing characters who are quite close to yourself?
I do.
Okay,
I do.
yeah.
I think it's such a great feeling to be able to put, these
Yeah.
aspects of myself into these characters.
I'm like the complete opposite.
Really?
I like to play characters who are nothing like me.
Nothing like you.
Yeah, because I started doing this as like maybe an escape as
Yeah.
a child, and then so like the further away I could be from myself, the more fun it was for me to disappear into something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that because when I watched your episode 4 of Good Pop,
Oh
Bad
yeah,
Pop,
yeah.
you had a completely different voice.
That's right.
And tone and in the way that you were speaking. It was
Yeah.
incredible because,
Oh, thank
talking to you
you.
today is just it's so different.
It's a different person.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember I was doing ADR for the character, and I was just like, oh my goodness, this character's crazy. Like, she's nuts, and I took no responsibility for her. And the show creator, the showrunner, John Quaintance, was just like, I'm like, this is all you.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's like seeing someone else, actually.
It's amazing because when I was watching your character, I actually see similarities in our characters in that they're
Totally.
both quite unhinged.
Yes, yeah. Lily is like, what do you mean, like horror, like a horror short? Yeah. She loves being just like totally herself, wearing her heart on her sleeve.
Yeah.
Like she has no filter, which I think your character also, has no filter.
Yeah.
But will like show up in a really nice way for their friends
Totally.
and family.
In a very pure, authentic way.
Yeah.
This is clearly the best thing that we could do for these other
yeah,
people.
and I'm trying to help.
Yeah, exactly.
But isn't always helpful. Like Lily is not always helpful. She's like thinks she's helping, but then she just like goes 100, and everyone's like, calm down, chill out.
My favorite line that you had kind of towards the end of the episode, you were just like, "You're old as hell," and I was like, that got me. I was like,
Yeah.
that's an iconic Lily line.
Oh, thank
I
you.
think so.
Yeah, you're old as hell.
Yeah, you're old as hell.
that was to the reporter.
That's right.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
It's quite funny. Like that actor used to be on a kind of like a childhood staple show called Play School in Australia. So I grew up watching him.
Wow.
And then I got to do a scene with him, and so that was quite cool.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
How did it feel for you to work with somebody that you've admired since you were a kid?
Oh my goodness, such a joy. Actually, a lot of that cast I grew up watching. Clancy Brown is the voice of Mr. Krabs on SpongeBob, and he plays my boss, which is really cool.
Wow, yeah.
And then Leighton Meester was in Gossip Girl, and my sister loved Gossip Girl, but I loved watching this film called Monte Carlo. And John Quaintance, who created the show, he wrote Aquamarine, which is like quite a fun, I don't know, childhood film. I don't know if you've watched any of these, but
I haven't.
you're so
Really?
fun. Yeah. I'm like revealing my taste right now.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Just like really cheesy childhood films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is so amazing. Did you feel in the moment were you like, holy cow, like how
I
did
think
you feel?
like I would go to set and play it really cool, like I'm playing it really cool now, and then like I'll go home and they'll be like, oh my gosh, you know,
Yeah.
like that is so cool, or I'll just be texting my sister like, Mr.
Yeah.
Krabs did the voice today, like that's really fun. But it's so special getting to play a character who was written, you know, as Asian American.
Yeah.
That's so special to be able to do that. It shouldn't be special. It should just be like part of the lexicon, part of the ecology, but it's not always is.
Yeah.
Is that correct punctuation? It isn't always is? I don't know. But
I get you.
Yeah, thank you.
I get you.
Thank you. But yeah, your ensemble, that whole film is just so, you know, Asian American led,
Yeah.
which I think is just more of that. Yeah, more of that.
It really is amazing. You know, working on the wedding banquet as well, I worked with my idols. Like, I love Bowen Yang. I love Kelly Marie Tran. Kelly Marie
Do
Tran,
you listen to his podcast?
Las Culturistas.
Yeah.
I love it
I
so much.
started a month ago.
Oh, yeah?
And I'm obsessed.
I get all my news and pop culture from them.
Really?
Listening to their podcast.
Yeah.
Kelly Marie Tran, I'm Vietnamese Canadian and Kelly's Vietnamese American, and she was the first ever Vietnamese American actress that I saw on screen.
Yeah.
So,
oh,
you
that's
know,
very full circle.
yeah, to be working with Kelly, and she's now also my very, very good friend. It's been amazing. And also, one of the first queer movies that I've seen was Saving Face.
Okay.
And Joan Chen was starring in Saving Face.
Yeah.
So to be working with Joan Chen in the wedding banquet was just
What do you think
so
is like the
crazy.
biggest takeaway?
You know what's really amazing? As an actor, I found that My character was supposed to be a lot smaller originally. When I first
Okay.
auditioned, yeah, Kendall was just supposed to be like a friend.
Yeah.
And then when I did the audition, I kind of just showed up as, you know, myself. Like I was telling you how I, you know, brought these aspects of myself really and just pushed it into Kendall. After I did the audition, Andrew Ahn, our director and writer, he ended up rewriting the entire role.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he made me Bowen's cousin, and he wrote in so much more and included me in so much more.
Yeah.
And it was really amazing because it was very affirming in ways of just
Okay.
like, yeah,
So this project has like gifted you a certain type of confidence within
yeah,
yourself.
this like belief, just like if I just stay authentic to myself
Yeah.
and continue to do the things that I love and show up how I want to, that I'll get to meet all these amazing people and work on such a beautiful project. So what was it like for you to transition from working in Australia to the US?
Honestly, it was seamless. It was like butter. We grew up watching American films in Australia. So we grew up doing the accents and acting out the best bits in movies and films that you really like get attached to, just like kids usually do. And so, I felt quite practiced in my American accent when it came to it. I hope people agree, because they might not agree,
It was really good.
Oh, thank you.
I thought it was amazing.
Yeah, but I mean, now in America, kids are growing up watching Bluey, which is an Australian show, so maybe they're experiencing a similar thing. But I love accents and I love doing things that are quite far away from me and who I am as a person. I like changing my movement and my voice. Like, I really want to be a student of the game of acting, of the craft, and I think that playing the roles that are a bit more extreme, like, let you unlock something within yourself to do.
Your American accent's amazing, because I
thank
watched your
you.
episode before I read these facts about you.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, she's American. 'Cause
Yeah,
that was the
yeah.
accent you were giving me. And then I'm like, oh no,
That
she's
is such a relief to hear.
Australian. So it's an
Yeah.
incredible accent.
Oh,
yeah.
thank you. Yeah. Do you also like doing like accents?
I have
in
not
the
played
future?
around with
Yeah.
many accents. Everything that comes through Vancouver in terms of auditions and things like that tend to be standard American accents.
Yeah.
So I have a Canadian accent. We kind of speak up, kind of similar to Australians.
Oh yeah,
we
everything's
kinda-
a question?
Yeah, everything's
Yeah.
a question.
A
Or we
question?
kind of end on a high note. So
Yeah.
I had to kind of learn how to bring it down.
Oh yeah, question.
Question. I have
Command
a
the
question.
room.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
But I would love to explore accents. I think it's so cool being able to, to do them.
Yeah.
Do you ever want to move to the US?
Would I ever move?
Yeah.
For work, I would move.
yeah.
100% I would move.
California?
California. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know this, but I actually have family here.
Oh, wow.
Like, I got here and then my parents decided to be like, oh, by the way, the family are getting together for you, to meet you. And I was like, oh, the family, okay. And so I got in a car and I drove out to San Diego. I mean, someone drove me. I'm too terrified to drive on the wrong side, but the right side for you, wrong side of the
you
road
drive
for me.
on the...
Yeah, we drive on the other side,
side.
and in the other side of the car. So like
see.
other sides, both ways.
Yeah.
And there were like 30, 40 people there.
All your family?
Yeah, and then I found out my great-grandparents are buried here in California. I thought I was coming here with no connections. I mean, like, I have my manager and my publicist and like my team. Yeah, and then I found out my great-grandparents were buried here. And so I decided to extend my trip. I'm staying with my family now.
Yeah.
It's been like the best thing, which I wouldn't have found out if I hadn't done this show. Because I
That's
wouldn't have come out here for press.
crazy.
Yeah, that's
Oh
right.
my goodness.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, growing up in Vancouver, I loved watching so many different kinds of movies. My favorite movie that I watched over and over again was Spy Kids 2.
Oh my goodness.
And I knew, like that early on, I was like 5 years old, that I wanted to explore acting and be a part of these
Do
cool
that.
universes where these like gadgets and there's skeletons
Yeah.
and they're on this like island where like technology shuts down because of a magnet.
It feels like that though, right? You get to a set and you get to see all the props and the costumes, and it's like a spy person being like, and these are your gadgets.
It's
For the
amazing.
show.
It's so cool how
Yeah.
we get to kind of immerse ourselves into
Yeah.
this. And
Did you always feel that sense of access?
coming from Vancouver, it felt like Hollywood
Yeah.
and these kinds of films were so far away.
Yes.
And, so far-fetched. Like, is it even possible,
Yeah.
to do something like that. And
Yeah.
you know, the answer to myself for a long time was just like, no, like that's like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's, I don't even know if that's possible.
Yeah, I had a similar thing. I have very like traditional Asian parents, and they were like lawyer, doctor. I mean, the stereotype.
Yeah.
And so for me, it was just like fighting my way to be like, no, I want to do this. I
Yeah.
think I could do this. I think I'm good at this. Yeah.
Yeah, for me
Yeah.
too, like out of high school, I had started dental school.
Yeah, right.
And I had just done it for a little bit,
Yeah.
and I dropped out in the middle of the exam, and I wanted to pursue acting.
Oh,
So
wow. That was a choice.
It was a
then,
choice.
hey?
It was a choice in the
Yeah.
moment. Super impulsive,
Yeah.
just like my character Kendall.
Yeah.
Very, very impulsive.
Yeah.
These decisions that come through my brain, and I think
Yeah.
it was really meant to be that I wanted to,
Oh, great.
pursue acting.
Yeah.
Our parents want us to be able to feed ourselves and have a good future.
Yeah. And we
you know.
can.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Yes.
that's the cool part is that, my parents are from Vietnam,
Yeah.
and, they had gone through the Vietnam War
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. So for them, because I'm in this amazing, beautiful country, I have the opportunity
That's right.
to pursue acting, and things like that.
Yeah, but what I love about this conversation is usually when you get together a bunch of diasporic Asian performers, right?
Yeah.
The questions always center about obstacles and access and challenges and stuff. But I really hope that we can get to a place, and it felt like that today, where we're actually just celebrating the fact that we're here.
Yeah.
And being able to be like, oh, we're here and we can kick butt, and that's that, full stop.
Yeah.
And that's also a powerful, statement of access, which I think is great.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think, it's the fact that, you're from Australia, I'm from Canada, we're
Yeah.
here in LA
We're here in
together
LA.
right now.
Yes, let's go get a taco.
It's crazy. I would
Yeah.
love to get a taco with you. And it's phenomenal. It goes to show that, your story is powerful and it matters
you.
and it needs to be
And
told.
I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you're here. You're here. Everybody. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a beautiful, experience it is for us to, and it's, and it is also a privilege for us to be here.
Absolutely.
So.
A privilege.
Hi everyone, my name's Grace Chow and I'm on Good Cop Bad Cop, streaming on a streaming service near you.
Hi everyone, my name is Bobo. I play Kendall in The Wedding Banquet, and The Wedding Banquet will be premiering everywhere on April 18th in all theaters.
We did it!
Yes!
Oh my goodness!